Hey guys, and welcome back to the Smack My Deck channel. Now in this video I just want to talk about the ASUS ROG Ally, why I returned it and why I went back to the Steam Deck. And also I done an RMA on my Steam Deck, and I also sent my ASUS ROG Ally off for a refund. And I want to talk about my experience with both companies, how it was returning it, and the reasons or the things I liked about the ASUS ROG Ally and the things that I disliked about them, and the reason why I actually went back to the Steam Deck. Now, let's start with the ROG Ally. And when I first got it, I was amazed. Horizon Zero Dawn is a game that I've been hoping to complete from the PlayStation 4 days. Now, I tried it on my Steam Deck, which I owned. I bought it digitally, and it just runs like crap on the Steam Deck. There's no better way of saying it. On the Steam Deck, it dips down to 20. You play it on the lowest, it looks terrible, and it plays even worse. Now, on the ASUS ROG Ally, when I put Horizon Zero Dawn on the highest profile, on the boost profile, I was playing it on mains and even off mains, but it maintained 60 FPS on original settings. Yes, I was definitely impressed. The main reason I wanted, and I did return my ASUS ROG Ally, is because it fried 2 of my micro SD cards. Only those micro SD cards don't work on the ROG Ally. They work on my PC. I haven't fully tested them yet. They're kind of sitting around there, but it fried 2 of them. Now, if I put in a new micro SD card, it recognizes it straight away. And from my own tests, the second one failed as soon as I used the boost profile. As soon as the extra heat came in, that's when it stopped working. And ASUS actually confirmed that. They said it's a thermal issue. So that was the main reason that I returned it. But there was a few other things as well. There was a few other things that I really disliked. So I really disliked the D-pad on this thing. The D-pad is terrible. I tried playing Street Fighter 6. I just uninstalled it. You can't play fighting games on there. You can kind of do okay with platformy games, but anything where you've got diagonals. Now, a game that I like is Shadow Dancer, the arcade version. When I ran an emulated version of that, sometimes when I was trying to move straight down, it was moving diagonally down to the left or to the right, which isn't great. So it's not a great or accurate D-pad. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest fan of the Steam Deck's D-pad, but the Steam Deck D-pad is definitely a lot better than the ROG Ally one. And the other issue that I had with it, I don't like the analog sticks. The analog sticks are just way too loose. There's a massive dead zone, but even if you remove the dead zone, they are just too loose. If you're playing a competitive fighter, like I tried playing some Titanfall 2, some Halo Infinite, when you're moving around to aim, it's just not tight enough, especially when you're coming from the Steam Deck, because the analog sticks on the Steam Deck are great. Now, it's not all bad with this. It does play AAA games really well. There's just a big overhead with Windows. The other thing that was good about it, it's nice and light. It's a better shape. It doesn't dominate your whole bag when you take it out with you. But I return it because of the D-pad, the loose analog sticks, and mainly because I can't use the SD card. I need the SD card. I want to put all my ROMs on there. I don't want to upgrade the SSD. I don't want to do other things. I want to put a micro SD card in there. And if I can't use my micro SD card, it's not fit for purpose, and I return it. But next, I want to kind of talk about my experience doing the returns. So I done a return. I sent ASUS. No, actually, I called ASUS, and I have to say, calling them, it was great. I didn't have to wait. I wasn't on hold. I didn't have to listen to any of that stupid company corporate music where you press stuff telling you you're number 53 in the queue and your call is important to us. Someone just picked up straight away. I told them I wanted a refund. They took my email. They confirmed my name and everything from the order number, and they just sent me they just emailed me like the return label. I had to pack it up, and honestly, that was it. Now, the negative thing I'd say about that was there was no communication. As soon as I sent it, I kept an eye on the tracking. I see ASUS received it. I didn't get an email to say, guys, we received it, we're going to send you a refund. Bang. A day after they received it, I just got a refund. I haven't got any email to say that they received it. I'm getting a refund. I mean, I don't really care. I got the refund. So there wasn't any communication there. So if you are sending your one back for a refund, don't look for communications. Just check your bank. I usually get notifications if money gets deposited into my account, and I got notifications saying your money has been refunded. Now, on the other hand, I gave my Steam Deck to my 7-year-old kid. I said to him, here, you can have it. He really wanted it. And I thought, well, I'm going to be using the ROG Ally. I can't use 2 handheld PCs. Now, I gave it to him. Now, the L button stopped working on there. Now, I asked him if he dropped it. he said he didn't drop it. And I said, you sure? You're not in trouble. Did you drop it? He said he didn't. So I contacted Valve and I said, look, Valve, the L button's not working. I went through the troubleshooting. I sent them a picture and they said, yep, no problem, send it in. While I sent it in, my son then owned up to me saying, Dad, I dropped it. I said, look, no problem, cool. But Valve were cool enough to take it in anyway. So Valve took it in, and now I've got my Steam Deck back. A week and a half later, they've repaired it. It's all good. I have to say, customer service for both companies is excellent. When I returned the ASUS ROG Ally, I returned it after around 28, 29 days of ownership. So it was after that 14-day no quibble period, but it was within 30 days, which I think is what you kind of get on the internet when you buy something. But I had no issues returning the ASUS ROG Ally. They just took it. So both companies, in my experience, have got great customer service. It's just a shame that the ASUS ROG Ally, they've just overlooked something. I mean, that issue with the SD card, honestly, that is a failure on an epic scale. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get loads of dislikes for this video because, yeah, I know there's a lot of people that love the ASUS ROG Ally. I don't love any particular company or product out there. I'll go with whatever I like. Now, I know the Steam Deck's not as powerful. Once I put games on the Steam Deck again, I saw the decrease in performance. But overall, at least for me, it's a much better experience. And you know what, I do prefer the Steam Deck over it because the D-pad's better, the analog sticks are better, and I can use the micro SD card for stuff. Fair enough, I'm not going to get the performance on some games. So guys, it's up to you. If you do decide to return your ASUS ROG Ally, I had such a great experience with it. I mean, I didn't get the emails or anything, but I got my money back straight away. I sent it, it got there. When it got there was a bit of an issue with me, but that's something else, that's unrelated. But let's just say you send it, it gets there, you send it off on a Monday, it gets to ASUS on a Tuesday, and you get your refund on a Wednesday. So that is how quick it went, and I bought it directly from ASUS. So if you bought it from Currys or Best Buy or anywhere else, I don't know how that actually works. And on the other hand, Steam, absolutely brilliant. And the Steam, I actually done the RMA like 363 days after purchasing it. So it was just 2 days in guarantee, and Steam done it. They sent me the label. It took a week and a half roughly, and I got my Steam Deck back and the L buttons repaired. So you're okay with either in my experience. Do share your thoughts below. But for me, like I said, the ASUS ROG Ally, the D-pad, the analog sticks and the SD card are no-go. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you hated it, hit that dislike button. And if you loved it, then why not subscribe to the channel? Anyway, guys, I'll see you around. This is Smack My Deck out.